So here's Doyce's truck wrapped up. Here's a couple quick clips of what we got in the engine bay, and as we stage her to go next door to go up on the lift so we can run the fuel lines, wiring, and get ready to fire this truck up because it's assembly time. Here's some clips. This is Doyce's bed. We're working that one. That one's pretty close to done, and then we're working this one. We're putting a light coating here and there and working the flowing of this out because it's a single wall. Single wall, you can't load any into it. You just got to make the panel do what it needs to do. We'll be very, very flat and smooth up in here like that one, and we'll just have a little bit of a bend in the light. That's all will happen to look really kick-ass, just exactly the way Hank's truck turned out, really slick. Verifying the stainless rails today, the new front piece that was purchased for mid-50, and then we had to cut these back here, and on that side as well. The reason being is because of the mini tub. So that now curves to that, so it won't stick out and hit the tire. So the rails look pretty good. The next thing is getting a gas tank and then figuring out where the opening will be. Hopefully we don't have to cut a rail I can go in between. If not, then we'll just have to make something like a nice border piece. But that's the railing, and that's what it's going to kind of look like. Okay, all the push nuts are in, all the way around. And those are good. Good. And then I got to redo that one. That one's got to get redone. That one's got to get redone. That one. And then I'm going to weld the plate in for the floor. The shifter works really nice. And it works great. It clears. We're going to put a boot here, and that'll go over the carpeting. So I'll fix these next, and then we're going to weld this in, or I can put I can screw this down into this and gasket it. I don't know. We'll see what happens, because it's easier to access this than take the whole floor plate. We'll see. Okay, this is today's updates. I made tabs, fabricated them, so I can unbolt the center plate so I can get to the switch that's on here for the neutral safety and any adjustments that may be needed for this, so I don't have to remove the whole floor plate. So that's how it goes. It's got 5 tabs to hold the centerpiece down. That'll come out and pop right out over the stick shift, and I can get into there. So I don't have to remove the whole access plate, because removing the whole access plate is really clumsy and it'll bang into a lot of stuff. We don't need to do that. So to surgically get in there, that'll be good. So tomorrow it is. We're going to epoxy that, prime it, and get it ready so we can paint it when we get ready to paint the cab. Okay, closing up shop tonight. I got these, and not without a heartache. The wiper works good now. Got to clean the knob up. That's your original knob. The headlight works, and they line up really nice. So we're gonna have black knobs all the way across. We're gonna be painting these black tomorrow to match these. And then we have the that one there. We're gonna clean that one up as well for the ashtray, and that'll work good. So it'll be all nice. So that's where we are. Shifter's done. Of course, I have it all blanketed up, and tomorrow I'm going to try and fit the pod, make sure the pod fits. We're going to make a bracket that goes up under here next so I can hold the fuse block. I'm going to start wiring the fuse block, and then I got to get the fuel injection system in. I got to do a relay setup. I'm going to body work this plate and paint it the dash color, and I think that'll work. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna take me a little bit of time to get it pretty. Once I'm done with it, then it'll work really nice on here, and it'll look the part. So it'll blend pretty good. It'll just be a border, so it won't look naked like that. You have to have a border with this type of radio. Okay, here's where we're at. The brackets are made. This fits down in correctly. This is the condenser. Holes are made, and the outlets are made there so I can run the lines. Took some time to get this right. That used to be an X brace. I broke it in half and then put it together to hold the saddle. Okay, and then these brackets are made from the old brackets here for the old radiator, so that's your condenser. The radiator will lay on top. I'll show you. Radiator lays on top, baffle at the bottom. Shroud, I had a clearance both sides. Lays in now. I can put the 3 in the top, but I got to work on the bottom. And the fan mounts right in like that. The metal came in. This is for the front aprons. This here is for the gas tank. I got to fabricate all that so the gas tank can go in. It's going to be a cradle for it. And that sheet metal right there we ordered, that's special for the fuse block, the PCM and the relays. That's where that's going to go, up under the dash of that. Radiator support is fabricated for the most part. These are the pieces I had to fabricate and make so it'll hold the condenser and the radiator in. We're bodyworking this. We're bodyworking this. This is the tilt forward of the hood, battery box, glove box, frame bed rails, and then this came in the other day. So this is the new wall, back wall for the bed. This is the new ProFlow 4 setup. This is the new Power Master alternator that we're going to be using. Everything else is good here. I'm going to be taking the engine, unwrapping it, and I'm going to bolt this down very soon. I got to cut the rad baffles back, and then I'm going to lay the rad support in and start fitting all this in next. And that's the gas tank. I have it covered up right now. That's where the fuel pump will be, fuel sender, filler neck. So filler neck will be center of the bed of the cab. Nice gas tank, 16 gallon. That's a Holly, and it'll work real good for us. We got a new back wall for the bed because the other one was dented pretty bad and it's loaded with plastic. Getting a brand new one and having it shipped with everything else for only 29 bucks was everything, plus it's American made. And if you look here, the whole thing bolts together, which is really, really nice. We prepped the metal yesterday, took a couple of dingies out that we saw. It's nice and smooth. It's not going to need anything but paint. So it'll save us hours and hours of blocking. So it saves hours to have a new panel, plus new panel, no garbage in it. And that'll be just fine for the back wall of the bed. Here's where we're at. We took the front clip off because we're modifying the fender wells. Something interesting took a little time to do is how the gas tank will mount in between the frame rails. And it's strapped. Pretty interesting piece. So that's how it straps in, and you can take it out and drop the tank down. And that's how it's braced. It's reinforced. I can put 200 pounds on this, including the tank, and it won't even flex. Back here you can see how the straps are. They come up. And it's going to be screwed there to lock it, and then we're going to have it up here again, locked. So that'll be the back of the tank. The frame rail's right here. It bolts right down. Sending unit, fill tube, pump, reinforcement brackets, and you can see how it settles down here. We have the 302. I buttoned up most of this. I got to press that pulley into the power steering pump. That has to be shimmed so this cover does not hit the free rotating portion of the belt there, because they run them tight, so that has to be shimmed. But all this is tightened up. Got to put the bypass hose here, and then I got to put my 90 for my heater hose because it'll hit the alternator, and then I got to get a belt first here. But all that is tightened up now, so that's all tightened up. The intake is now on, bolted down with the original hardware, and it's spec'd down 20 pounds. I'm waiting for the bolts to come in for this. Also, before I put the intake on, I sealed the runners, and then we put the Edelbrock gaskets down, and then I put a bunch of break-in oil on the roller lifters. All right, guys, that is the status right now. We're trucking along, and that is coming together pretty good. That's the radiator support. Okay, today we're assembling the bed, and we have to drill new holes so they're marked evenly 100% from both sides so they look matched. We're going to use stainless steel button head screws, and then I got to weld up and re-drill these holes because the old bed rail here, we try to use them as template. They don't work to the new bed back, so the bed backboard is correct. These are not, so I'm going to move these down and then put the button head bolts in there. That'll be nice match all the way through. And then this bracket here that was missing, well, we got it from mid-50. Now I got to trim the edges down so it'll fit in between here and here, and that's going to hold the planks, and that mounts to the frame. Okay, we'll keep on going. So here we are at the high bay. We got the 53 Ford up on the lift. I'm going to give you a quick view of what we've completed underneath the vehicle so far. And now that she's back up on the lift, what we're going to be doing is a full, complete X2.5 system all the way over the rear axle to the back. And then we're going to be running our fuel lines from our Tanks Incorporated Holley Sniper system. And then we're going to be running the final brake lines up to the booster. So that's where we are with this truck right now. We want to make sure we get all the plumbing done on this thing, get the Willwood calipers on here, shimmed correctly against the rotors, front and back, get the brakes adjusted in the back so everything e-brake wise, everything brake wise hydraulically is good. When we do brake systems on restorations, restomods, and even our race cars, what we like to do is use .5. .5 is something that it does not hurt the vehicle. Happen to be a leak, it won't rip the paint off the vehicle, it's not corrosive. .5 is silicone based, something we like to use. Gives a little bit firmer of a pedal. Never an issue of service or anything that we've had in the past 20 years of me doing basic automotive restoration. Before that I was doing mechanical work, but in automotive restoration I've never had a problem. All the vehicles live very happily ever after. So anyway, that is the go down on this. So that is the lowdown on this. Let me run the camera underneath her and show you what we got. So everybody, in conclusion, I just want to thank everyone for hanging in there with us. I'm sorry it's been a couple months of downtime. It's not always easy for me to get a video up. It's all state of mind, and it's been a crazy time here. We're just trying to get everybody's car right. That's what we're trying to do. So that's very important. Keep everybody happy. And then another thing that's going on is the channel wants to grow, but it's not growing because of these videos that I'm putting out currently. It's the one Christine car video that's actually holding us like glue on the channel. Other than that, we're just, you know, we're not a channel that actually is a real big channel that draws millions of views in the first hour. We're not like that here. We're lucky we get 700 to 1,000 views within 2 weeks. If we're lucky. Some of the videos peter out, but the Christine stuff is something we did a lot of. And I should have done the videos back in 2011, 2012. The channel would have skyrocketed. We did 5 of those cars, and then, like I say, the one Christine video of the car going out to California was the one glue that held us together here and kept the channel going, because I get a lot from that. Now, another thing we get from the channel is that people email me on the business page and they want work done and everything. I don't always check the business page as much as I should, and it's in the office and I don't have always time to get in there and check the email. It's my bad, because I got so much scheduled right now. And then I had a gentleman, really nice guy, I had to put him off till next year, and I don't think he's going to wait, and I understand that. It's just me and a couple of helpers, and I got to make sure I have 3 cars leave this year. It'll be the GTO, Doyce's, and Eleanor. They're very important to me, so that's what we got going on. So I have to concentrate on those vehicles, get them home, and then I can clear up the shop to get in new cars. Everyone, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. We will see you very, very soon, and better videos, better quality content. But I just want to let you know, we're not dead, we're alive and well, and we're very busy. I ain't got time to shave. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.